Do you think Ronnie Coleman was actually natural here? Back in 1991, a lot of people would say that he was. A lot of people would say that it is impossible. What do I think? Well, I don't know if this is an actual natural physique, but I am a firm believer in superior genetics, training, dieting, things of that nature, all combined. Yes, this is possible. It would be a 1 in a million, maybe even 1 in a billion, but it is possible, guys. Today we're going to do a comparison between the so-called natural Ronnie Coleman, so-called, and the so-called natural Phil Heath. Phil Heath back in 2003. We're going to use a couple of different pictures, of course. We're going to use a couple from a little bit later on from Ronnie and Phil when we were pretty sure that they were taking something. Now, this here picture, this was on Bodybuilding and BS, starring Nick Trigili. Yeah, Nick made a video. Bodybuilding and BS. Good YouTube channel, guys. Go check it out. You might not like everything on there, but I'm sure you can find a video or two there that is interesting. But yeah, Phil Heath and Jay Cutler were doing an interview, and Phil said he was natural here, guys. Phil said he was natural. Actually, you guys requested this one, a natural Ronnie Coleman versus natural Phil Heath. But I'm sure the Bodybuilding and BS video got you guys wanting to see this. And this is part of your You Pick Tuesday lineup. You like that noise? I do. Those are some things that I enjoy. But anyway, hit thumbs up, hit thumbs up on this video. Get it up to 500 likes, and I will do all of these other video requests. So, if these were two natural physiques, who has the better genetics? I would suggest absolutely Ronnie King Coleman does. They both have dreamlike peaks in those biceps, tricep sweeps. But look at Ronnie, guys. Now, could be the fact that Phil was telling the truth, and I mean, did Ronnie go out there and say that he was natural here? I think he did before, but maybe he was lying and Phil wasn't. Hard to say. Either which way, Coleman is king. Go to the next shot, and this is the same thing, guys. Phil Heath is out of his element, and it's crazy to think how good he was here if this was a natural physique. Which you have to think, guys. The Mr. Olympia champions, they are going to have the best natural physiques. If you took everything out of the equation, they'd still be the champion. And if you took everything out of the equation, guys, let's assume that they did here. I mean, Ronnie King Coleman, he is head and shoulders above Phil Heath. But then again, I think Coleman is beating Phil Heath in the front lat spread no matter what version you use. His structure is just too good. Go to the side. Now, this is the side chest of Ronnie Coleman in, I believe, 1994. There was no side chest or a good picture of a side chest anyway from earlier on in his career. So he was absolutely on the gear here, right? Well, some people would say no. Phil looks so small. Let's give Phil just a little bit, just a taste of the juice. Here he is in 2005. And yes, you can see he is armed now to do battle, and his wheels really responded to that juice. If there was non-juice and then juice, those wheels of Phil, yeah, they grew bigger than any part, except, everything else got big too. Look at the forearm. Look at the forearm on the guy. Here's the side tricep. Now, this is an awesome picture of Ronnie Coleman. Good, clean shot, a clear shot, and it's a blurry one of Phil. But use your imagination. I'm sure Phil was pretty conditioned here. And natural to boot. I edited another little piece of Ronnie Coleman's arm in there. You can see, not a very good job. Not a very clean job, anyway. But either which way, guys, if you believe one of these two physiques is natural more than the other, it would probably be Phil Heath's. Because he just does not look as photoshopped. Has that Photoshop quality. Let's go to the back. And unfortunately, and this kind of sucks, there was no Ronnie Coleman, quote-unquote, natural. And I didn't say it was natural. I did in the title, but yeah, you don't really know. This is the natural Phil Heath. His back was solid, But let's give him once again a sample of the juice. Wow, look at that. Now these two dudes are doing battle. This is an actual, and I know, it's not as advertised. This is not natural, these two versions. But I am sure if you compared these two guys with the average guy at their juncture of their career, the beginnings of their career, I am sure that they're taking so much more stuff. So what does that tell you guys? It means genetics are more important than anything. I mean, if all the training, all the dieting, and the mentality is equal, then yes, genetics will come through. Here's the abs and thigh, and I know this kind of took a turn for the juice, but you guys understand, and you guys know how I feel about it too. If I don't know, I don't know, but it was, Phil said he was natural. Not here, prior to here. 2003, this is 2005, so a couple of the years of the juice, maybe in '04, he started the gear Ola. But look at the wheels, guys. This is premium genetics at work with, I'm sure, just a swiffle. Just a little Fig Newton of juice. No, there's no Fig Newtons. Here's the most muscular. This is the two natural physiques, guys. Can you imagine that? Having the genetics. I would have stayed natural. But then again, you're that good. You can beat everybody. If you did take the gear, you're going to take the gear. And that's just it, guys. Here's, I believe, 94 of Coleman, 2005 for Phil Heath. That's just it. The best genetics, these guys, yes, they are probably going to take the gear to, be the best. Win all the money, get all the prestige. I mean, we call Ronnie the king, for goodness sakes. Imagine a bunch of people just call you the king. That would be awesome. And Phil, of course, is a gift. He's the gift of life. But he is losing to Ronnie King Coleman. If everything was natural, guys, let's face it, they're on the juice here. But the other pitchers, if, it's all about ifs, guys. If that were the case, yes, Ronnie King Coleman, his structure is much better. His clavicle width, it's enormous. He has like I don't want to say three-dimensional, but he has a muscle separation, a hard graininess. Phil's grainy, but he doesn't have that separation that Ronnie King Coleman has. That's my opinion, guys. Coleman wins all the way. He's a beast, but Phil Heath is one of the great ones. I have a tendency to believe these natural guys, or when they say they're natural, at a certain point in their career anyway. Premium genetics, guys. It's going to be great. They're going to be great. But yes, of course they're on the juice. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys. Subscribe. Get it up to 500 likes. I'll do the other ones. Have a great one.